Ruto is currently the most hated person in Kenya. And as I talk, William Ruto cannot successfully address a public gathering of more than 10 people without being shouted at. He tried that sometimes back in Nyahururu, where he was badly heckled. And since that time, I've never seen William Ruto going out to address the public. Today, he attended a church function in Narok, and we are being told he just sneaked in. There were no announcements made that he was to attend that church function. He just sneaked in. And sneaking into that church in Narok, outside, he was badly heckled. Before we have a look at the heckling, let's see what he posted about 2 hours ago. As usual, when William Ruto attends those church functions, he always shares photos of him addressing the public. But this time around, because having checked at his social media accounts, there is a post he shared out about 2 hours ago, but I'm just seeing he's greeting some people inside the church. There is no engagement with the public outside the church. But we have a video where he was badly being heckled in Narok. Let's have a look at his post before we continue. William Samoei Ruto, be diligent in these matters, give yourself wholly to them, so that everyone may see your progress. 1 Peter 2, 1-3. Sunday service at Pentecostal Evangelistic Fellowship of Africa, Pefa Church in Lolgorian, Narok County. And then William Ruto shared out those photos. I'm just seeing he's greeting some old grannies inside the church. But he's not showing us his photos or videos outside of that church compound. This can only explain how the ground has become very hostile for Ruto. He cannot address more than 10 people without being heckled. And some Kenyans here have got very interesting posts concerning that. Arega X, Ruto, once the doyen of democracy and a Kenya's darling, threatened by Occupy church movements, is now sneaking into the nearest church without any prior announcement. In fact, he shocked people by attending that church function. Nobody was expecting him there. But still, Narok residents had this for him. And in Nairobi, Kileleshwa, Alfred Keter was being kidnapped. So he's attending a church function while in Nairobi, his agents are kidnapping Alfred Keter. The people of Nandi should do the necessary. Your son has just been kidnapped a few hours ago. I want us to dig deep into all this for Kenyans to see what this means. If you are watching us but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, give the video a like. Let's proceed. The ground is very bad for Ruto. I'm very sure that if an election was to be done today, 90% of the country will reject Ruto. That's the truth, ladies and gentlemen, and don't be cheated by anybody. The whole country is against Ruto, including even in his own Kalenjin backyard. The whole country is against Ruto. Those supporting William Ruto, I can just describe them as politically naive, politically inexperienced. The situation is only but going to worsen. William Ruto will not come out of this successfully. The ultimate goal here is that either William Ruto will be forced out of office or he will lose badly come the next election. And again, if you project it, I'm seeing a William Ruto who will end up being summoned by the International Criminal Court. He'll most definitely end up being summoned by ICC. He has just been in power for less than 2 years, and we are seeing open kidnappings on a daily basis. A person who has been in power for less than 2 years, kidnappings every day. Something like that has never happened in the country. And I'm very sure that as he settles in the government, then it's only but going to be more brutal. And that's why I believe he will eventually end up being summoned by ICC. What Trudeau should know is that trying to intimidate Kenyans, trying to silence Kenyans will not work. You can silence a few, but the majority will still oppose and criticize you. You can silence me or my friend, but still a majority of Kenyans will rise up against you. If you look at William Ruto, I believe that the situation is too bad that for William Ruto, maybe to appease Kenyans, he has to reorganize his entire government. Let him start afresh. Let him sack everybody in his government. Let him apologize to Kenyans, and if possible, let him refund all the monies his government has taken from Kenyans in form of tax illegally. If he does that, maybe he can appease a few Kenyans, but a whooping majority are still against Ruto. The only thing therefore William Ruto should do is to resign. He has already lost that moral authority to be Kenya's president. And I'm saying the truth. That is the truth and the truth. So Ruto should resign. That's the only way he'll get out of this confusion. If he still insists in ruling and oppressing Kenyans, then it will all end up badly. It will augur very negatively for him. He has to resign. If William Ruto can now not even address the public, which business has he got saying he's Kenya's president? Ruto's time is up. So he was today heckled in Narok. We are still waiting to see on how Kenyans in other parts of the country will treat him. And as Kenyans heckle Ruto, they should not spare Rigathi Gachagua. Rigathi has been part and parcel of this oppressive regime and is now pretending because Ruto has abandoned him. Ruto has dumped him. But Rigathi, if Ruto had embraced him, Rigathi could be even more brutal than Ruto. So as Kenyans reject Ruto, they should equally reject Rigathi and all these Kenya Kwanza MPs. And just as I've been saying, Any MP, governor, senator, MCA supporting Ruto, that one should be rejected. I know Kenyans are really suffering. For all these sufferings not to go into waste, reject Ruto, reject Rigathi, reject any leader supporting Ruto. Whether that leader is your father or your relative or your friend, reject that leader. Ruto and his government, and with all these people supporting him, they must all go. Let me stop it there. In case you're watching us but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, give the video a like. Any other person watching us outside Kenya, drop a comment, let us know from which part of the globe you are watching us from. If possible, subscribe, give the video a like. Let's meet in our next analysis. Thank you.